user interface madness. Nick Hunter is going to explode the user interface and user experience of the FileMaker platform. Yeah, he's going to blow it up. It's going to be really big. He's going to blow it everywhere. Do a deep dive on user interface and customer management. Tabs, slide controls, accordion objects, master detail. Your tour guide, Nick Hunter, will guide you through everything you need to know to be an awesome FileMaker user interface developer. So buckle up, hang on tight, because things are about to get crazy.
Hello everyone, Rich Carlton here. Welcome, Nick. You must show your screen. You're back. All right. I need to be like Q. I could like, right? And then up here and stuff. So, your camera, you have the wrong camera. All right. So, Captain Nick is on the job. I am Ensign Carlton, here to tell you about FileMaker training one more time. It's mandatory that you pay attention, or we are going to beat you with a stick. So it's mandatory. You're here. It's excellent. If you have questions about what's mandatory, next week you'll have to be back for more. So next week, what is next week? Next week's mandatory will be Monday, the last day. It could be really exciting. Then Tuesday, JavaScript with Calvin. Very exciting. Then Wednesday, charting with JavaScript with Andy. And then Thursday, Jonathan Ray will be talking about another way of doing custom portal sorting. And then Jonathan will do whatever headless Chrome is. I'm a little concerned by that name. Reminder that if you don't have our training, feel free to check out our training if you go to the training.tv website, press the bundle button, check out the bundles. This is how you support the channel. That would be really great if you could do that. That's awesome. All right, Nick, we are ready for you to take controls of the plane.
Okay, so thank you everybody to join, and so I'm beaming down to you and leading the away team. So today I want to cover some great topic, and before the big wrap up next week on Monday. But I want to show you something right now that I've been teasing one of my customers for some time, and I think he couldn't resist. I mean, I think he won't resist this. So the customer has a website that I worked on in 2016 and 2017. It's a web direct. So here, what you see now, it's the application of what I have told you during those 10 days, and I want to show you how it looks and how it behaves on the web, right? This is a web direct solution. Okay, so as you can see, it looks phenomenal on the web. It looks extremely well, extremely good. Okay, so, and not only this, but what I want to show you is how everything works. How they're those things are looking like on the web. When you have the status, you can filter the status here, and then you apply, and then you have the filters, and then you want to clear the filter, you click clears. So it works extremely well on on the web. Okay, so also remember yesterday I show you the documents. We implement the documents, how to manage documents into the solution. So here you can see I'm saying add document because it is documents, and we exclude files. We don't let them put any files on it. So it's only documents. Okay, that's how it works today. When it's not a document, it's ignored. So, but that's not the point. What I want to show you.
You mean images, not documents? Is that what you meant? Images?
Yeah, that means we don't allow anything that is not pretty much PDF. Okay, so we allow in that website at the time that I built it. They wanted only PDF allowed. So when
Okay.
I detect not a PDF, it says go away.
Okay, got it. Got it.
So yeah. So with the name, I do something. So but here is not the point. Here I unlocked, but still it's still document, not file. But here I want to show you this because I'm dealing with a problem here. And here first of all, I want to show you how clean the workflow is on WebDirect I didn't modify anything. I copy and paste the scripts and I just remapped it. That's it. I just remapped the script. It took me 20 minutes to implement that, the document management in those solutions. Okay. So when you insert, so here I'm saying insert file. So why? Yes, it is a document, but the document management in this means that you are dealing with a file. You need to select a file. So why I'm saying insert file? You see, I changed my wording here. Why? It's because I'm dealing with a UI that I cannot change. So here I'm dealing with the FileMaker UI and I have absolutely no control on this. So I have to adapt myself. So imagine this would be add file or new file, and then you have insert, and then you have choose, and then whoa. There's way too many things to compute here for a user. So to prevent to lose people, you need, and when you have to deal with your solution is dealing with a piece of software where you have no control, absolutely no control. You need to pretty much make sure that you are, not disrupting the visual and the understanding. So here I click insert file, then I have an insert window coming, then I choose the file. See, I'm not saying, imagine add document, then you have insert and choose file. Wow. This is completely, you are completely losing the people. Okay, so insert file, click, I have my insert thing, I'm choosing my file, right? So this coming, the file chosen, and then I upload the file, and then this happen, blom. It's like, it comes, and now I have my UI, and I can do whatever I want, okay? I can decide if that's a passport or not, because this is a, see, that's why. So, anyway, you got the point here. You still have we still have this beautiful, and we have the title and stuff like that. So I want to show you this. I did it yesterday night in the hurry because I wanted to show you that what we say here in this broadcast, it's real. When we say yes, it works well on WebDirect, this is it. We're not lying. And we prove it. Okay, so it's actually WebDirect is cool, and what I love with this design that I came up with, it works really well on WebDirect. I mean, it's amazing how great it behaves on WebDirect, and I didn't intend that, so that's the bonus I got. Okay, so let's continue a little bit. So do we have any questions? Oh, yeah, any question? People are asking
I don't think so. I don't see any questions.
Yeah, that's a question. Okay, yeah, Miss Lemner, Nick question. People are asking how you do the initials in the circle when there are no photos. Very simple. It's very simple. I'm going to address that right away.
Telepathy.
Yeah, it's very simple. So we have with FileMaker. So this is back, So with FileMaker, we have a new things called. This is FMSB. Okay. We have a new thing here called the placeholder. So the placeholder is a piece of text that appears when the field is empty. This is a container field. Okay? So when it's empty, I say, as a placeholder, I want the initials name, which is very simple to do. When you go there, you go to contact, you bet it. I'm using the list to get that done for me. I get the first name, the last name. Okay. Oh no, I'm not using list. Huh. Look at this. But it's okay because there's no space between both. So I'm taking the left of the first name, the first character on the left for the first name, the first character on the left for the last name, and then I put that on upper. Upper means capital, and I combine both together with a link. Okay. This is for the name, and then sometime I need the unique. Unique is what's the name? Whatever if that's in each the first of those both. This is for the when you select something. I'm showing where I'm using this. But now you got the point. If that's a photo, automatically FileMaker will go away. We hide the placeholder text. If it's empty, it shows the text, and you can control the how the text looks. The placeholder text here. You go under this appearance kind of tab here, and then you go here the style, and you have a placeholder text, and then you change the color and you change the thing. Yeah, as you said, yeah, it's a smart way to do it, and it's very easy to do. I mean, sometimes you need to use some ingenuity here to say, okay, hey, yeah, we have this, but this is why you come here. You come here because we do that job for you. We cut the grass, and we trim the trees, right? So we come with the best way to do things, and obviously what I like to do is the easiest way to do things. And the most relevant way to do things, right? So it's very important. So the unique initial I'm using here, then you have the A and stuff like that. So you can understand something here. You have to, for example, when you have a name here I have a name. Let's take this example here still. Here I have the capacity of sorting by name. Okay, I have this capacity, sorting by name. So when you sort by name, you don't want to have Nicholas Casanobis, Nicholas Hunter, and Anakin Skywalker, because you won't understand the sorting by name, because we don't want to be sorted by first name, last name. This doesn't make any sense to sort that way. What we want the name of the guy. We want the H, the S, the C. So that's why we have this way. So if you have a sort by name, you cannot have Nicholas Casanovas because it doesn't make any sense. Now, if you have a name of a place, that's different. But the name of somebody, you need to first you put the first name, okay, and then you put the last name. Okay, I mean you put the first name, the last name first, and then the last name, and you need to show it that way with the. This is if you have a sort by name, you must do it. You must do it. It's mandatory. Okay, so So yesterday I was teasing you a little bit. So we did a file here, so that okay. We don't have any question on this. So I want to show you something. It's about searching. So searching here, we can no longer when you have a sophisticated UI like this one, okay, with everything everything is under control, everything is wrapped into boxes. And obviously here you don't have fields. Those are not fields. Those are constructions with merge fields. So that means when you want to search on those, so you have the search box here, which is cool. The search box should be like something very light. This should be very very fast. So this shouldn't a search box like this, a quick find, let's say, shouldn't be searching on related data. It should be searching only on local data. I mean, the data that are inside that table, not on the related tables. Okay, because you want that to be fast. This needs to be instant. Okay, this needs to be very quick.
Okay, we do have a
So
question.
yeah, go ahead.
So Bilbo Baggins wants to know, Nick, you are using two different fonts in your design, Arial and Helvetica New ? I thought you recommended only using a single font.
Yeah, it's just because I didn't have. Sorry, I didn't have the time to clean up. So this is coming from different copy paste stuff. You know, I didn't have the time to clean up. So I'm going to do the cleanup later. Sorry for that. No, normally, you know, here I'm going to use Helvetica Neue as a font. So because the problem here, we need to, okay, I want to use a font that everybody has in his computer. Obviously, I cannot rely on San Francisco. San Francisco is my preference, is the one used by Apple. But the problem is people on PC doesn't have San Francisco. Okay, so so I need to use a font that is everybody has. So I recommend the use of one font. Helvetica Neue is the best for that job. Now, sorry for that. Yeah, I'm using different font because I didn't clean up. I did not have the time to clean up. You know, this is very consuming time. You know, I spend my time, my full time almost, to build that stuff for you. So it's so I will clean up this weekend before I end off the file to you. I will check every single, because you know sometimes it's hidden somewhere and stuff like that. So anyway, so let's continue. So obviously I cannot rely on this find here, you know, because you can find here, you know, you can find here, but then you have to open this and find here, open this, and you know, and okay, so you can prevent the find to happen here, but people won't understand why. And okay, and you can rely on this because here you cannot find anything, because on the contact here, the thing is empty, right? Because this is those are, what's the name? Those are merge fields, right? So you understand that we cannot rely on this anymore. Okay. So what we do, okay, so back to browse mode. And what we do, we use another kind of find. And okay, the one I'm going to show you is quite sophisticated. I'm not saying that you have to do that. I wanted to build for you. Then you have an example of very sophisticated one. Now you can downgrade a little bit and use the same technique to open a window that is not a CalStar window. Okay, and I will explain to you in a moment. And then you can do all the search in a much comfortable way. Okay, but you don't have to go to that level of sophistication. But I wanted to show you that this is possible, and if you want to get inspired by what I've done, on Monday when you get the file, you can just
Jack the Ripper is not inspired. He's scared. You're scaring everyone. So just So he actually says he's scared.
So the find screen, so you know the find, the find here, right. When you go to the I'm frozen again. Okay, so so that's the regular find
right.
that you have.
So where's the inspired one at? Where's your inspiring one at?
Okay, so the inspired one is here. So let's go back. This is your inspired one. So this is the one you can get on with FileMaker. So here what I've done is simple. I have another layout where I put the field I want the people to search on. Okay, and they are organized differently because this is a search mode. The search mode is they're organized differently. And as you can see, you have all the goodness of a FileMaker file, of a FileMaker find, and I'm using pretty much the same wording. You have a cancel find, a perform find, and then you don't lose people using the same FileMaker wording. Okay, because sometimes people they can refer to a find, perform find, etc. because you're going to talk like that way. Okay, so here what I'm doing. Let's say I want to search for to search for Carlton, for example. So I have this, I want the name Carlton and I want to perform the find. So I have a button here, perform find. So I perform find and I have Carlton here. So so you can see we have everything. So let's say now I want Carlton, and I want Carlton here, and I want the new including request, and I want molests, and I want to omit everything that is inactive. So here I have a kind of a complex search. I have three requests. I have the Carlton request, I have the molest request, and then I have I want to omit the inactive. So when I click here, I have omitted. So I have those two, and I omit the inactive, because if I search again for the same kind of new request, and I said molests and new omits, and I said no, I don't put the omits. Here I have two. Okay. So I don't put the omit inactive, and then when I perform now I have free, because I have the molest t like this that is inactive. Okay, so see, you have a find that is completely under control, and as you remember what I was saying since the beginning, this is what FileMaker comes from. That's what FileMaker gives you out of the box, and you can get something as performant as this one, right? And the complication is to script a new omitting request and new including request. Actually, the difficulty here was double. First of all, when you search here, this here is unscriptable. We have no way to script that. We have no way when you say find mode, you have a script step said go to find mode. We have no script step to say I want to switch on, include, or omit. We have no way to do that. But a long time ago, I think that was FileMaker 5 or something like that, I found a way, a very tricky one. Okay. I'm not going to explain that today, but it is possible, and you will have to get on your own and look the file. Maybe one day I will do a session out of this, how to do that, because it makes the thing extremely powerful, and it makes the thing extremely clean. Of course, you have the operators working, and you say, okay, you want something like this, right? You have all the operators working here. So this works. So this is a layout I'm using for my search. Okay, and then you can see I have replicated exactly the same design. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, you're good. You're still moving. You're still moving.
Okay, so as you can see here, I replicated pretty much this layout. I replicate this layout, but with a different management here. A different field disposition, and I want to go I'm going to the slide of contacts. Okay, I'm on contacts here, and I want to address this stuff here. I want to search on those fields. Okay, so this is very simple. I just go there and I copy some of the field that I have here. Right, I've copied this. Okay. And I'm going there. See, I'm going there, and I put that. I said
still working good. Still working good. So whatever problem we had, it's over now.
Yeah. So and I call that contact info. Before this, it was kind of a general info. We could say account info, because we can connect. We connect the visual between this button, because this is when you have this button activated. So now I want this to be the contacts, info activated. So now I have to decide, what do I want? Okay, I want to replicate this, so I need what's the name? I want the title. Which one? This is accounts. Okay, I want the title. Okay, so I'm going to my table. I'm going to the table where I have the account, right? Okay, so in order here, I'm going to the T01Z. Okay, so T01Z, I want the title, T01Z here, and I want the title. Then I want the department, for example. Okay, so I'm going to the Z, and I'm sending the department. And then I want, so this is covered, title and department. Okay, so title and department. Oops. Title. Oh, what happened here? Title.
We can still see you okay. You're still okay.
Okay. No, it's me. Okay.
So you're saying that you're saying you're defective. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So we're clear.
So I want the address too. So I want the address. Okay. And I want the address here. Address. TZ address. And so I put my field here. You know, I put my field, address, department. Of course, I'm going to put the name, etc. Okay. I should have prepared that, but I didn't have the time to do it. Sorry for that. So address gone. So now, of course, you know, I want the name. Okay. So I duplicate this, and now I'm putting the name. Okay. And I can search on the name. And then I can search on the phone. You know, and because, you know, so we want to find a contact with a phone. And we have also the email. Okay, I want to search on the email. Okay, so I laid down in this slide email, and I want the email. Okay, so I laid down, so I'm going to remove this here. I remove this and this. Okay, so now I have my contact info here. They're not well organized, but we don't care. Okay, so let's remove this. Okay, so now I have in this layout now. So if I go there, okay, if I go there, sorry for that. Okay, and I go to find. Now I can find account, but I can find also contacts. Okay. So it works as well. So now it's well organized also. So we have the local, this is local search, and this is related. So if I search for, let's search for something, Hunter Nick, okay? So, oops, sorry. I go in there, I say, okay, I want to search for name, you know, Hunter. So which account, I'm not searching contacts, right? Which account has Hunter as a contact? That's what I want, okay? And I perform find, and boom, I have those. Those have Hunter in their accounts. Let's control, right? Yeah, it's here. Hunter, see, it's not me. So I have a Hunter here too. See, so where is I should have it should have a Hunter somewhere, you know, somewhere I have a Hunter here. Okay, you got the point here, Hunter, and here, of course, Hunter. Okay, so so this is how you do kind of a let's say a custom find that is not. So now the question is the question every time the same question, but I'm going to look for that, and I'm going to explain to you how it's done. And I'm going to explain to you why it is so powerful to do that. And I'm trying to explain without to be too complicated. Okay. Because search, that's why I'm doing that at the end, because search, it's a delicate time when you have to address it. Okay. Search is where you have where you have the biggest chance to be slow. Okay. And people doesn't like it. So if you are, let's say, okay, and then I'm going to have this done by Monday, okay? By Monday, I'm going to have what I'm explaining now done, okay? I'll try. When you have a search that happened on the related data, when, you know, you want to search on contacts, and you want to search on estimates, and you want to search on invoices, on related invoices, related project, related task, related project. All of those things here are related. You know, they're not local. This is local. This is not. So let's say, for example, I want to do a search on this. I want to do a search on this. View, show, quick find. See the difference here. I want to do a search on this. It will say green. Search are green here. Field is searchable via quick find, see? And it says green. If I do search here, if I do the same thing here, and I include this in the find, oops, it's orange. And here it says field is searchable. Search might take a while. So that means when you search related data, here when you start to be slow. Okay. The problem is if you don't have the UI, here we come again. Here we come again. I don't have the right UI. I don't have the right support for the UI. I can't even put the UI here. I don't have the support. Okay. So when here, if I do the search here directly, I won't have the UI to say search local. Everything that is here, search local, but everything that is here, search on pesos. You know what I mean? So you don't have the choice to say, okay, I want to search on pesos. That means I want to search this on the server and then return back the information to me. So now you understand that with this UI, I can say, okay, everything that is here, this is local, and everything that is here, this will be performed on server directly on the table. And then the information will come back to me. It's not easy at all to do that, okay? Unfortunately, it's not. But unfortunately, this is what you have to do. I mean, when I say not easy, when you master perform script on server, it starts to be less difficult, let's say, you know? But also, otherwise you have slow search. And anyway, you need to have a support to get the UI, and then when you have the UI, you can do whatever you want. The perform find here, I'm performing a script. You know, this is performing a script. I do whatever I want here. You know, I can perform, I can constrain, I can extend, you know, because here in this design that I've done here, you know, I can say, for example, here, you see here you have Lacus on the name here. I say, okay, you know what? I want to constrain Lacus, you know, I want to constrain to this. I want to constrain my found with Lacus, for example. And here, you see, I still have the constraint found set that works. Constraint function works. So that means here, so that's why I wanted to build that for you, and that's why it took me time. I want to build that for you. Then you have a way to for the first time, you will have something extremely sophisticated on hand. So now you can say, okay, this is too much for me, or you can say, oh, I got it. So now what I'd like to see, what I'd like to do is to go and walk through how this works. I'm not talking about the new including request, new omitting request. This is something different because you don't need that. You don't need that level of sophistication if you want. What I want to, I mean, you if you need it, you have to, but most of the time we don't. So I want to show you how this works. Okay. So first of all, I have another layout here. I am in another layout. So I'm in another context. You know, I mean, I'm in the same context here, but I'm in another kind of environment, another session, let's say. Okay. So I can do whatever I do here will be different what I'm doing here. So the thing here how it works. Let's stop the thing where it needs to be stopped. Perform find, and I want the perform find to be perform find view as table, and I want to halt here. Okay, let's halt the script here. Okay. So I search, let's say I want Carlton. No, let's say I want molest, because I will have more. Okay. I want this. When I perform the find, what happened here, it happened this. He found the records in that window. Okay. So I have the record in that window. So now see 2 records. So now I need to transfer this found set to my window over there. I need to transfer from that window here. I want to transfer that to another window. And that we use, again, the same technique that I'm using, and I explained that technique also. We have a webinar about this and many courses about transfer of fund set. Okay. So what happened? So what the transfer of fund set is doing. So first of all, let me show the script menu, and let me close the window here. Okay, close the window. So what the transfer of fund set is doing, you see, you have, so let's pause instead of halt the script. Okay, so let's pause this. Pause. Okay, so, and let's debug right quick. Okay. So I'm saying molest, okay, and I want to debug this. Perform the find. So he's doing very simple things. So okay, dismiss this is because it's you don't need to do that. I mean, you need for the visual, you need it, but not for this. Okay. So now I go to the first, and so it didn't do the perform for the moment. Okay. So those are my requests. Molest, see, molest, account, molest. Okay, this is what I request. So I'm doing this, okay, doing this. Okay, so this is, okay, now is where it start to be interesting. I'm perform fine, okay, and I pause. So I have my 2 records here. That's what is done. Okay, that's done. I did my perform fine. Okay. Now, what I'm doing here, I said, okay, I'm setting this field here. Those have a list of IDs. So let's see, I'm using a summary field list of. You should know what that is. You have a summary field, you have total, you have count, you have, okay, and you have a list of in the summary field options. So what the list of, I have 2 IDs, account 002 and account 005. This is the 2 accounts that I found. The list of summary field is found set related, so as all the summary options. So the list of is just going to give you the list of the field you have selected. Okay, so now thanks to this field, the list of ID accounts, I have my list that is the 2 that I found. Okay, now I'm setting a global that is in the account table. Okay, so I'm setting a global. This is a global field. Okay, I'm setting the global with this. Then I say, okay, this now is done. You remember that I am still in the same context. I mean, this one here, it was in T01, and this one is in T01 as well, because the new window opened a new window on another layout, but attached, related to the same table, related to the same occurrence, right? So it's fine. So now I close the window, right? And here I'm doing, see, I have set my global field with 2 IDs, right? And now I'm using go to related records to display those 2 IDs, those 2 records. Bam. So this is how you transfer font sets. Okay, so it's a very simple process. You need what you need. First of all, you need a list of summary field, list of that points to the ID of the accounts. That's what you need. And then you need a global field as a link to receive those IDs. When you search what you want, you get the IDs, and then you set this field with a list of IDs. And then you have a go-to record that use a relationship between the link of the IDs and the IDs account. See, so, and this one is a self-joined relationship. We call that self-joined relationship. So this is how it's done. Okay, so this is not too much about design, but still, it's how you can encapsulate your search into a new window. You have a new window, okay, pretty much doing this. You have a new window coming. Hold on. I didn't do the new window. Okay, hold on. You have a new window. You go to the layouts. Why go to touch? You go to the layout, can't find, okay, and you go find mode. Pretty much. Oh, sorry. And you go find mode. Pretty much that's what we have done here. Okay, so but it doesn't work well. Okay, here. So, and you go find mode. So pretty much what we do here is the same as this. So when you open a new window, a car style or a new window, that's the same thing, right? You know that, right? So this is how the found is done when you want to put a UI on top of a search. Okay. So if you have any questions.
I don't think so. I think we're in pretty good shape. People are loving what you're doing here.
The problem is it's look, there's a lot of going on here. Okay, that's why I wanted to bring that at the end. There's a lot of going on because you need to master many things. First of all, you need to learn how to work with CalStar window. That's the first thing. Secondly, you need to learn how to work with the transfer of font set. That's another thing. And then, if you want to push further, what you need to do, you need to master the search on pesos, which we are going to do in the future. Do we have a day set up for that? Do we have a date?
No, you're off the schedule as of Tuesday. So yeah, so Monday's your last day, and then you're not back on the schedule at all at this point. So if you want to do that, you'll have to coordinate with me and get you back on the schedule. But yeah, at some point in the future, we could do that. Are there questions about Organdine's type and Agent Chevy's type and Moki's type? And people are typing. There's probably questions coming here. I do know that AL922651 had a question. He had a question earlier, just briefly, and then we'll have other questions. Is there a particular reason why you use merge fields instead of an actual field on the contacts portal and the contacts card window?
Yeah, it's just because you can build something like this more easily, where you can, instead of having calculation all the time, right?
Because things slide over much more cleanly, right?
Yeah. It's cleaner to have the merge field. You can use field but you can do this construction here. This is purely it's too much field with parentheses.
Yeah.
You need to give yourself the possibility to control what you want to launch. Let me explain. Here in this design here, what's very cool is that you control things. You select this, you select this. Okay. Oh, sorry. And you have apply. You have an apply button. So you have a way to control what you're going to do. It's not controlled by something that you don't have control on, like dismissing the popover or getting out of a field you know, on when you save a field or something. This is not a good stuff because you don't have the control. Okay, so most of the time, that's why we what we say, you need to give yourself a support, you know, to launch something and to have a control on something, right? And give options to people. Like this is a great example, or even FileMaker. This is another example. They have a UI. You do whatever you want. You know, you put your field, and then you have options. Okay, you can do. So you remember what I told you many times: beginning, middle, and end. So beginning, we want sort. Middle, you do this, 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 and this, and end, you sort, right? So this, or you cancel. Okay. So things very important to do that. So that's why the search is critical and complicated, because there's a lot of many things going on here, right? So that's why this today it was a little bit awkward because I cannot go too far, right? So go ahead. So questions.
Well, there were. I was trying to see if there are other questions, but I think there's. I think partly what I want to say, and once again, I'm sure I'm kind of back to this again, is I'm not saying we're necessarily done today, but what I'm saying is that, and Ellen got this, and Moki got this, and people starting to understand this, is that we will say things, and from my perspective, I'm going, covered this, but I have to remind myself that when we present things the first time, you may not hear it, may not be able to absorb it, right? And hearing it more than once is frequently useful. So
Yes.
if you have a topic in here that you want to see us pick up with Nick specifically, then let us know. People on YouTube, people on Twitch, let us know. Put your suggestions in. That would be really useful. Anyway, yeah, so that's the idea. So we have a big day on Monday, and then the sample file, hopefully Nick will give it to me before we start so I can make sure everyone gets the link to that. We'll put a nice fat link to it. Once again, it will not be a copy, a starting point that's been reskinned. That's something that's coming out in May, so that's, it's January, February, March, April, so like 4 months away. But at the same time, it's a lot of work, and we have to figure out how to schedule it and get it inserted into what we're doing. So,
Yeah, Monday I'm going to address a little bit things like, when you want to access preferences and stuff like that, how to do that. Once you want to access instant instant data, right? How you can do that. Things like this. I'm going to address that, and obviously I try to address the list view, because we didn't check on this. How to address a comfortable and nice list view, so I'm going to do that on Monday, and then we have plenty of questions. If people have questions, that will be the time. If people want me to show again something that I didn't get, that will be the time. Et cetera, et cetera. I can, and I will over the weekend. I will think about things I can present on Monday. Well,
the questions in here, like how do you do the little pie chart on your found set? I think he's asking about that, right? That's the question there in the Discord. Who was asking that up here? David Angel. David, yes. Yep. David says yeah. So they would like you to zoom in and kind of explain how you did that, Nick. And then not necessarily right now, but they're just asking the questions. And then, and then all this other stuff. Yeah, so it's just a matter of giving us feedback, because we kind of take our direction from you a lot. Simon says using globals versus editing records directly, which is going to address for best UI. Yeah, and that also gets into kind of this transactional kind of stuff. I don't know if Nick wants to dive into that. It's kind of more of a historically been a kind of a Todd Geist kind of conversation, but yeah.
Okay, I'm going to copy this, because this is interesting. I can address it on Monday, because I can build it in a way that is easier. It's for editing, especially for creating data. When like I show here, like I did here, when you want to create and you want things to be mandatory or things, you want to make sure that people understand what's going on and stuff like that. So I'm going to address that with that we cover UK lad Simon kind of questions about using global. No, using global is not the right way to do it. That's a better way for that. I already showed that, but I'm going to show it again.
Okay. Yeah, because they didn't catch it. That's fine. And it's not like anyone's in trouble. The goal here is not to embarrass anyone. If you have a really dumb question, let us know what the dumb question is. I'm being kind of, kind of goofy here when I say that, but even me. I mean, I've had staff, and they'll say 5 things to me in a meeting, and I'll go back and have to ask them. Half of it I'll keep because I'll be thinking, like someone says something. This happens to me all the time. I'm a slow thinker. Nick will say 5 amazing things. I'm still thinking about item number 1 and number 4 because he says number 1, my brain starts spinning about all the implications. I'm not even listening to number 2 and 3, and then my brain goes, okay, I got that. Now let me go back and listen to Nick, and he's on item number 4. I missed all the things in the middle. That is so normal. We see that in training all the time, so that's why we're happy to repeat it. So, P-Brain Pete. Create through a relationship, then commits, everything portal. Yeah, so that's the P-Brain Pete. That's that kind of this idea of transactions, right? But it's kind of a hack, to be honest with you. I've never was thrilled with that. But yeah, there you go. There you go. So spiral learning, yeah. So we're happy so Monday we're going to go long and hard. Nick, you ready to go long and hard on Monday?
Yeah. No problem.
And then Nick is not being banned, but he asked me for a break because he has a customer project work to work on. And so as much as he would like to do this all day, every day, he does have some projects he has to work on. And then following that, there'll be a schedule. A couple other engineers, myself, will be covering with some other topics.
Yeah. I really need to get some work done for my customers, and that proves that the level of implication we have for the dedication we have for those webinars. I mean, the time, if you want to pay me for the time here I spend for that particular work I've done, I made a calculation, it's $12,000. So I spend the worth $12,000 in time building this webinar.
Okay, well there you go, folks. So that's why you can't do it all day, every day, right? So, all right.
It was great. I'm very look. There's something else because I'm going to use that, and as I demonstrated at the beginning of this today presentation, is that it works extremely well on WebDirect. I was very surprised about how great it looks and how great it behaves. Okay, so that was a great thing. So I mean, I will get a lot of benefits for everybody in the future using that design that I just created. So it's not a waste of time, waste of money.
No, not at all. All right, cool. Well, I think that's about it for today. We kind of blown this up. Tomorrow, Nick, or tomorrow. Let's just pretend tomorrow is Monday. So tomorrow on the broadcast, you're going to be like caffeinated. You're going to be able to go 2 hours. Can you do 2 hours? I mean, because it might take that.
I can stay all day talking about FileMaker, special design stuff. Okay. But I will have, Monday, I promise, okay, I will have the search on Pesos with my fancy search, okay?
Okay.
I will have that.
More promises. Oh, I hate it when promises are made. So
I tell you why. I need to build it because I need a clean matrix for replication in the future. Right. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Then I can, benefit the audience, and at the same time, it will benefit me in the future because the thing will be done. So.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, if you have questions about things for Monday, you want to give us ideas or comments for Monday, you have till Monday morning to shoot us an email, support@RC Consulting, support RC Consulting, and we will get that going for you. Everyone, I appreciate it. Have a good day. Thanks.
just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.